Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Neo Dota. We have a best of one series between Grats Tho and of course Team Empire. Thanks for joining us here on Neo Dota. I am Maut. Hope you enjoy the cast here. Now I was here earlier with Jay and we did a lot of casts for Grats Tho against pretty much the world, well America anyway, for Gratz Cup America number 3. They made it all the way to of course round number 5. You can check out the VODs as soon as I finish them up here on Neo Dota as well as the YouTube channel, which will be there. YouTube.com/NeoDota2. But jumping into this game, we're going to see Grats Tho ban out the Wisp as well as the Bat Rider, OD as well as the Ursa banned out from Team Empire. So Empire actually not really giving Grats Tho the respect, I think. But then again, Grats Tho does like to run that Ursa pickup. I've seen RTZ do it many a time. And I guess this is what it kind of felt like for people that knew about Bottom or Fire before they got sponsored. And this is a similar sort of thing. I've got to admit a little bit of homerism here from this side of Grats Tho, just because they're from North America. I've casted them numerous times in various different forms, I should say. They were part of April O'Neil Esports back in SCCS, like something like 15 or 14. I forget which one it was, but they played extraordinarily well. Sleazel really captained that and won that one. So the Keeper of the Light and the Lifestealer pickup here from Grats Tho, not a surprise. Nyx Assassin and well as Darkseer for Team Empire. So already big heroes on the board. As you can see, Keeper of the Light really strong with that Lifestealer. If they can pick up another good support, they'll have a very good aggressive tri-lane if they want to run it that way. Nyx Assassin have an excellent support for Team Empire right now. Darkseer has seen so much play recently, but it almost feels like people are starting to figure out how to deal with him not being that effective in games. It's the same thing with Magnus as well, which is not banned out, and Team Empire is going to pick Magnus up. So this is how this entire day started. This is very cool. All the games that Grats Tho played today pretty much had them pitted against Magnus and the Darkseer. So not only does that scream to me that these guys really know what they're doing, it screams to me that they just have such skill in the game. I mean, you talk about RTZ, and people like Bulba aren't kidding around when they say RTZ is one of the best out there. He did some ridiculous shit today. I'm not going to lie to you. It was some pretty awesome stuff, but
10 seconds remaining.
We're going to continue on with the pick ban phase real quick. Grats Tho probably going to finish up their aggressive tri-lane. Not sure what they will do with it, or if they pick up their mid hero or side lane hero. We'll have to find out. There is 1:30 left on reserve time. Plenty of time here, so there's that. And meanwhile, on the side of Team Empire, they have their side lane, or they have the mid hero, or they have Nyx Assassin. They need a support as well as a carry. So now Grats Tho can start saying, okay, we're going to ban out these carries. Make sure you can't get them. Speaking of which, they're going to pick up Luna, which they haven't done the Lifestealer in combination. They haven't done a whole lot of that. Usually they pick up one or the other, but now they have the Luna and the Lifestealer. Luna's very good mid-hero. I think RTZ plays it extraordinarily well. He did so tonight. He has done so in the past, so I think this is a great pickup here. We'll definitely see Grats Tho run Luna mid. I'd almost guarantee it, essentially. Lifestealer will be sent in to a tri-lane, I'm assuming, with Keeper of the Light, an aggressive one at that. Probably Shadow Demon, if it's not banned out here. The Undying will be, however, from Team Empire, a hero that really isn't played all that much anymore, but it's still played for to a certain extent, so we'll have to see how it does pan out. Now, I imagine RTZ will be playing that Luna. Goody will be on that Lifestealer. Keeper of the Light probably going to be played by Broccoli. I'd imagine then Pandango will pick up that 4 hero. Then again, it might switch around. Of course, Sleazel playing that offlaner. We'll have to find out what they go for there. Tinker going to be banned out here. Looking at the team for Empire right now, I'm not sure who's going to go where. I believe Magnus might be played by Scandal. Blow Your Brain doesn't have really his hero yet. Funnick not sure either. Could go Darkseer. We'll have to see. So the Tinker ban coming out from Team Empire. And Grats Tho has 2 bans to go as well. This is just like, it's the same freaking thing from today if you were watching earlier for Gratz Cup. I mean, it's the same exact bans and picks that we saw. And Grats Tho they're not afraid from, any of these heroes. Darkseer, Magnus, Nyx Assassin, they don't bother them. They can play them very well, but they don't bother them. Grats Tho has 1:15 left on reserve time right now. And they're going to ban out the Naga Siren smartly, making sure that there's absolutely no chance of that sleep coming in. Darkseer getting that wall off and having a vacuum ready to go, as well as a Magnus reverse polarity in the right situation. Could be a bad thing. So, very smart ban. I think Rubik ban from Team Empire might be necessary here, especially since there is that second support spot available. And that was a little bit of alliteration there from Grats Tho. So if they can pick up the Rubik, they'd be in a very good position. However, it might be picked up from Team Empire as they have that other support spot ready to go. So if they don't ban it here, I'm assuming they're going to pick it up. That's just my thought process on it anyways, or they forgot about it. They are thinking, though, There's still plenty that
10
Grats Tho can
seconds
pick up. I'm not sure if
remaining.
Empire understands that they're going to be sending Luna mid. I don't know if they realize this.
5
In fact, I
seconds
could be
remaining.
completely wrong, but I mean, I'd imagine Luna's going to be sent mid. With what I know about Grats Tho, I mean, I just assume that. So they're going to ban out the Queen of Pain, a very strong ban, however, for that mid lane hero, which they're not. I guess that really throws the monkey wrench into their plan because they don't know that Luna's probably getting sent mid, so they ban out the mid hero Queen of Pain, or Queen of Pain could also be used in a good side lane scenario. So it's a good ban from Team Empire. Grats Tho, however, I think will pick up that Rubik if Empire doesn't. But they still have a ban left. They're thinking about what they're going to do. I'm not really sure. So they have that. They have a part of the tri lane done. They have that mid laner. I don't think they like to really go for jungle heroes. They do occasionally. Their off laners are often very uncommon, but sometimes they do run something like, of course, the bounty hunter. But usually it's things like Weaver and stuff like that. So there are things that they do that I think are a little bit more different than a lot of the European, especially North American, well-known teams. But you think about Team Liquid. I mean, Bulba has quite an affinity, I think, for Grats Tho. A lot of North American players do. Just because they realize that this is the next big thing. So they take, they take notes from Grats Tho about really what to draft, how to draft, what to do, essentially, and Arteezy, essentially, how to play. Sleazel, of course, was playing so strong today. But going up against Empire is sort of like this juggernaut team. I don't know how they're going to pull this out, but Team Empire, of course, especially with the team fight they have, I mean, you look at the reverse, you look at the wall, you look at the vacuum, everything looking really good for them right now. They'll have to pick up a carry, obviously. Looks like Magnus should be sent mid. I was talking about that earlier. The last ban came out. It was Bane, by the way, from Grats Tho. Very smart ban there to make sure that you can't really jump on top of people. They will pick up the Lone Druid, who could be... this is an interesting pickup because this sort of also throws a monkey wrench into your laning scenario. Usually you send that Lone Druid in that side lane. I don't know. I mean, I'm really not sure what they're going to do here. They could send him in a duel or tri-lane. There's plenty of time to figure that out, though, so I'm not going to really theory craft about it until we actually jump into the game and get that last pickup from Empire. Meanwhile, Grats Tho has 112 left on the reserve time.
10 seconds remaining.
And so another support here I think would be absolutely critical. A side laner could go well as well. I mean, the Weaver pickup might be coming out from Grats Tho. I'm not sure if they're going to use that strategy, but I'm sure they're going to use some sort of side laner. Bounty Hunter, a very good one at that. Grats Tho waiting to use that reserve time just to see what they're going to get here against, of course, Team Empire. So, well, what are they going to pick up? I mean, I talked about that Rubik. It did get through from Team Empire. I mean, if they don't pick up the Rubik here, I'd be absolutely astounded. I mean, that is such a good hero. I wouldn't know how they would be able to take care of Magnus and Darkseer. I mean, you have the Illuminate, which is great. It really does a lot of damage. I mean, Magnus is not the squishiest hero. Neither is Lone Druid once he gets that ult. They will go for the Shadow Demon, which is the only other option I was thinking about. The Disruption, so good at being both aggressive and defensive. The Demonic Purge, very nice to have as well. Shadow Poison giving you that vision, and Soul Catcher, so good at level 1, essentially. So, Empire has one more pickup for them. Not really sure what's going to happen here. Reserve time 111 left on the clock, whereas Grats Tho has 43 seconds. Make it a little bit more.
10 seconds remaining.
And this could be the moment of truth. I mean, if they
5 seconds
pick up another support, then I guess it would be Lone Druid in that tri-lane, Magnus mid to Darks here in the off-lane, but I don't see that happening. I don't see them sending that Lone Druid in a tri-lane, but it absolutely could happen. I mean, I don't know. Lone Druid is good because he can get... If he's against a solo laner, which right now Grats Tho doesn't have, but if he was against one, usually he has got the upper hand. You think about the Bounty Hunter, Lone Druid definitely destroys the Bounty Hunter in a solo situation, at least in my opinion. I mean, Bounty Hunter has a tough time, a lot of time in that regard. Lone Druid also is very good at other solo lane heroes. I mean, so... Then again, they already have the Darks here too, so it's just like, I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to pick up the Rubik just so that Grats Tho doesn't have it, and they can pick up the Eclipse from Luna as well as the Illuminate instead of grabbing another hero. So, very nice pickup there. The Fade Bolt damage will provide even more AoE damage on top of the fact that they have Vacuum, Ion Shell, Shockwave, Skewer, Reverse Polarity, Impale, and that's about it. So yeah, or if they get Radiance as well. So there's that. And there's the Weaver pickup from Grats Tho, so I talked about that earlier. This is surprising to me because they already have two agility damage, or excuse me, two carry damage dealers here. But they do use that Luna and that roaming gank style, so it's very interesting to see how that's going to play out here. Gonna get into the game real quick. Doing some introductions for Empire, we've got SS on the Darks here. We're going to have
Prepare
who I believe
for
is
battle.
Blow Your Brain on the Lone Druid. It's going to be Funnick on the Rubik. Go Black will be on the Nyx Assassin, and Scandal on the Magnus. Meanwhile, on the side of Grats Tho, RTZ, playing under the pseudonym RTY, will be on the Luna. We're going to see Sleazel up on that Weaver in the top lane. Solo, maybe. Broccoli heading down mid on the Keeper of the Light. Pandango will be on the Shadow Demon, and finally finishing it all off is going to be Goody. Fan of Soyan on the Lifestealer. I call him Goody. Most people do, actually. And so they'll have this aggressive tri-lane versus this Lone Druid tri-lane, which could be very strong. Rubik, with great usage of his telekinesis, can make it very difficult for them to get in position. Of course, Impale, a very great stun early on. It's very difficult to take out a Nyx Assassin just because of Spike Carapace. The stun duration, not that it's 0.5 seconds, which is enough to really stop your opponent from maybe getting another hit that would be otherwise detrimental to your health. So very good hero. I think going 1-1-1 would be a smart pickup. I actually haven't really seen how Nyx Assassins scale their builds if they're going in that support role, but well, we'll have to find out. Already SS going to be up here in that top lane, so they're going to send Magman, and I was talking about this tri-lane with the Lone Druid. Mid lane right now is going to be that Luna. I did discuss this before. Sleazel's solo lane, solo top against the Darks here. Should have a pretty good time. He does a lot of damage with Shikuchi, and maybe can get some early kills as well. I'll have to keep our eye on that. Meanwhile, we're going to see some counter warning coming out from Grats, though, just making sure they've got vision on the map and the other team doesn't. They do have this Radiant Ward here. That's pretty important to have. It's got you that tower vision, of course, just vision from the river as well as very nice. Very good ward. We're going to have to see how this tri-lane does pan out, though. So the game will start, and one last set already going for the Shadow Demon, that being the ward, of course. Not that it really matters or anything. And Go Black right now, sitting on that Nyx Assassin. They're looking to play maybe a little aggressive here. And Lone Druid will just try to get some last hits, getting just 2 GG branches. His Bear has an Orb of Venom, allowing a lot more harass, as you can see. Very good, and also good for last hitting, too. So, nice job to pick that up. Meanwhile, there's going to be a mana burn on what seems to be Pandango. He'll have a little bit of shadow of mana loss there. There's going to be a pause coming in from the Shadow Demon. He's going to ask for a second. They're going to recompose themselves while Goody does reconnect to the game. Of course, he's a little bit... not necessarily close to the rest of Team Grats, though. I think he's from South America. I'm not exactly sure where. Someone in chat knows, I'm sure. So there is that counter warding going on right now. As you can see, the sentry is up on that Rubik, so they're going to take out this ward here. Provide for less vision for the side of Grats, though. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Iron Shell skilled first, not really concerned about getting Surge up right now. Of course, he's in that solo lane versus solo lane, so Sleazel should be able to do a decent amount of damage, but SS might be able to do it right back. Probably get that second point in Iron Shell as quickly as possible, get just 1 point into Search, and keep that for a while. If he needs to get 2, then he'll get it eventually, but not as of yet. RTZ going to have that Lunar Blessing. Giving him that extra right-click damage is going to make it a tough time for Scandal to get last hits. He'll have to use that Shockwave pretty much on cooldown to try to get him. He does have 1 for himself right now, as does RTZ, but he also has a deny. I mean, it's 43 seconds of the game, so not a big deal there. Hopefully the game gets unpaused in just a moment. Thinking about late game right now, the Lone Druid is a very scary hero, but I think in terms of just pure AoE damage and just cleave damage as well, Lone Druid really can't pump that out. I mean, he's got the Magnus with the Empower, which is great and everything, but the cleave damage that comes in from the Glaives from Luna just is so nice to have, and especially when you have something like the Butterfly. You've got the BKB finish, which does give you that little bit of extra damage, of course, as well as that Manta Style, which is critical. I think that's it's pretty good to have. So in terms of out-carrying, I think that Grats Tho has got the better lineup for that regard, because they also have the Nakes as well as that Weaver, so they can deal plenty of damage here, and that's really the scary thing. There's only one real damage dealer here on the side of Empire, at least later on into the game, and that's going to be the Lone Druid. Of course, you really can't count out the Magnus Reverse Polarity. Say that 3 times that fast. Wall of Replica as well on the Darks here is also pretty annoying to deal with. They still can deal a plenty amount of damage, but the carries are just... they're in a better position right now for the side of Grats, though. Few minutes. Excellent. But he's got Ukrainian internet. NTH backing out of here. RTZ. Going for very little in terms of regen, just with the Tango. He's got the 3 Iron Branches as well. That'll be a quick battle, as you can see. Not Crow just yet, but it's still only 43 seconds into the game. This is the most exciting pause segment I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm just waiting for it to start. I'm just like, all right, guys, whenever you're ready. So he's taking a little bit of time to reconnect here. Both teams don't like talking to each other, apparently. Did the rune spawn? Did anybody get it? Regen. Oh, that sucks. That's a bad first rune. Anyways, while we've got some time, I'd like to thank you for joining us here on Dota. If you're interested in Killing Spree, which, by the way, big note here, the team that is on the dire side for this game, Grats Tho, they are going to be the new 4th position team and, of course, Killing Spree, replacing Fnatic North America right now. Grats Tho just playing at such a high level that we gave them the shot and we think they deserve the opportunity. So they'll be going up against Team Evil Geniuses just next week. Of course, Dignitas versus Team Liquid for the King of the Hill game is going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Dota. That'll be casted by me and an unknown co-caster at this point in time. Who it is, I'm not sure. Probably John, I'd imagine. We'll see. Then, right afterwards, if you really didn't have enough Team Liquid Dignitas action, there will be another doubleheader, best of 3 series between them, and that's going to be on Dota Hut, and that'll be for the losers bracket round number 2. So teams trying to stay alive essentially in that tournament. You can find all of the information at Liquipedia. Just check it out. We're on the sidebar over there. Both of them, Dota Hut as well as Killing Spree North America. So that'll be exciting to watch. Wow, this is a long pause. Holy crap. All right, you know what? I'm just going to save us all the trouble here. I'm pretty sure all of you know that this is a replay cast at this point in time, so we're just going to fast forward a little bit. Boom, reconnection. Alright. Should be good to go. That long delay, it's over. Thank God. Jumping back into the game, RTZ now. Going to continue to try to get last hits. Scandal doing a nice job harassing as well as just trying to get the last hits away from RTZ. But RTZ is going to have those last hits whether you want him to or not. So we'll have to see how that does pan out. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, do see, looks like Funnick was thinking about going and maybe pulling, but he's actually going to get initiated on perhaps by Pandago. Now they're playing aggressively. I mean, they're like going way far into the jungle. Both teams spotting each other out, sort of just standing off at this point. Goody trying to do some right-click damage, realizing there's an Orb of Venom on that Spirit Bear, but he'll be okay. Did he go for open weeds first? He absolutely did, so he's got that early ganking potential. Meanwhile, Illuminate could fly out, certainly coming in from Broccoli. Doesn't have that Chakra first, just goes for the Illuminate. If they get the disruption off, they get a kill, essentially, so you have to keep that in mind. Goody taking a bit of damage, trying to sort of bait this out a little bit. Meanwhile, in the meantime, there's going to be some battling in the mid lane. You can see Scandal very low in mana, has his bottle going to buy out. There's a disruption in the bottom lane. Illuminate's going to fly. Lone Druid taking a lot of damage. Will there be the open ones? Yes, there already is. And one more right-click damage should do the job. It doesn't. Goody now very close to going down, but he does have the salve. He'll be okay. Oh, they didn't get the kill, and it was very close. Lone Druid was sitting at about 50 HP. Just like 2 more right clicks, maybe even 1 could have done the job. Nice job here from SS to pull this top lane. Sleazel has got to take some damage from these creeps right now. And that's going to provide a problem for him. However, he can Shikuchi, making his life a little bit easier in the event that that does happen. A nice Dire Ward here, by the way, is going to provide some vision. Of course, this Sentry Ward here for the Radiant, not going to provide a whole lot. Broccoli looking is going to grab this Haste Rune, or at least babysit it up until RTZ can get here. He's going to pick it up full bottle as well. Once he picks that up, that'll be nice to have. So down in the bottom lanes, Pandago as well as Goody will be just here, just trying to last hit. As you can see, Goody sitting at about 2 last hits, not really where he wants to be. However, RTZ at 10, Sleazel at 9, so they're doing okay for themselves. Meanwhile, they might be going on Rubik right now, thinking about going on to Funnick here, but they will back off, trying to pull. RTZ had that Haste Rune. He was going to think about going down there, but it's not going to happen anymore. Scandal in the meantime, picking up 12 last hits compared to RTZ's 10. He'll head back mid, though, and just get some more last hits, as you can see. And Scandal will have to back off, not wanting to get in the tower. Big dive in the bottom lane right now, though. Go Black might go down. He might be the first blood. They really want this kill, and they're not going to be able to pick him up, unfortunately. A big dive. I would just notice it out of the corner of my eye. Lone Druid also kind of low, so they're playing very aggressively. It's going very well. Funnick should not be here right now, but they're trying to bait this out. Open Wound's definitely not available. As you can see, Pandago's getting closer. Goody has that Open Wounds in just about 20 seconds, but they're not going to do anything just yet. Top lane, still some farm going, of course. Darkseer is actually in the jungle, just trying to get some levels on some creeps as well as pull, and just try to do some tower damage there. RTZ's going to be fine, getting some last hits. He's at 15. Of course, Magnus at 12, Bottle Crowing, and of course the boots coming out for RTZ. Bottom lane, you can see Disruption did go on. Go Black right now, so he's taking some damage here, but really, he'll be okay. He'll be fine. Goody now sitting at 1 rage, 1 open wounds. I'd imagine he'll max out rage first. Such a nice thing to get, especially in an aggressive tri-lane. Could certainly go well. Meanwhile, mid lane, RTZ taking some shockwave damage. It looks like he's going to bottle up as well and maybe go for another one. There's a Lucid Beam coming in from RTZ. No follower damage coming in from the side of the Magnus, but really not a big deal there. Lone Druid continuing to try to last hit, sitting at 14 for himself. The CS is 23 for the Darkseer up here in the top lane. As you can see, he's actually kind of low. Sleazel doing a decent bit of damage to him down in the bottom lane. These guys are playing a little bit up here. As you can see, Kodal was looking for that 4-minute rune, did not find it. It's actually going to be a DD rune top, and Magnus will take this. No way RTZ can get that as the lane is pushed out, so nice play there. Meanwhile, they're still pushing this, trying to push this lane out anyways. Goody can go for an open wounds perhaps, maybe on somebody. Don't know if they know if the Nyx Assassin is here or the Rubik. They have this dire ward, so they probably should have vision of it. And they're thinking about going. There's Go Black. He's going to go for a mana burn, and now Pandego cannot afford to use that disruption. But, of course, that Chakra Magic from Broccoli just makes it so much more difficult. So it kind of eliminates Go Black's ability to mana burn people. I mean, it's annoying. You have to keep using Chakra Magic. But once you get that Chakra Magic leveled up, it's not going to matter anyways. There's the disruption going in. Of course, and there's going to be going on that Rubik, taking a lot of damage. This is going to be first blood, and in fact, Lone Druid gets it. And Goody's going to turn around. He'll pick up the Rubik, but that's not what they wanted. It's a 1-for-1 trade right now. Goody going to try to get out as well. And he's taking some damage. And that wasn't even Entangling Claws. That was just the Orb with the Venom. And does a lot of damage, honestly, on that Shadow Demon, who's very squishy. So DD picked up for Magnus right now, thinking about going mid. Lucent Beam as well, going to fly from RTZ. He really can't get close. He has got to be careful. I mean, just one right click from Scandal could do quite a bit of damage. RTZ sitting probably at 6 right now. In fact, he is with that Eclipse going for him. He's got Tranquil Boots as well, so he can start roaming and ganking if he wants to. He likes to do it very soon, very early. You can see he actually smokes up immediately, heading to the top lane, going for SS right now. I don't know how they'll be able to get him. He's got 2 points into Surge, but we'll keep our eyes there. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we do see Goody backing off right now. I want to keep this in mind. There's a disruption going. It's going to be right on that Lone Druid. There's the Illuminate. A lot of open wound damage going as well. Goody really wants this kill. Will he be able to get it? It's the amplification flying as well. Meanwhile, RTZ does get that kill in the top lane. There's going to be the Nyx Assassin getting the kill on the Keeper of the Light, but now Goody in some trouble as well. He's going to rage. He wants this kill with the Soul Catcher. He'll get it, and he will go down, though. So a double kill for Go Black right now. Goody picks up the Lone Druid kill, but not the best trade for them in this aggressive tri-lane. However, Goody's still getting some of that farm there. Meanwhile, RTZ getting plenty farm as he's at level 7 right now, getting that kill, of course, on that Darkseer somehow. Didn't even use his Eclipse for it. Looks like Sleazel was able to do just enough damage to help out with that Lucent Beam, of course, as well. So you'll have to keep that in mind. Magnus going to head mid right now. Of course, there is Broccoli here, so they can combine up to go for a kill, perhaps. Magnus trying to skewer on the backside. There he goes. He's going to try to go right onto Broccoli. He's going to do some right-click damage. There's the Shockwave as well. Haste going to fly. There's going to be the Lucent Beam. Is maybe the Eclipse going to go? They do get the kill on Broccoli. Scandal now diving the tower. He has that Haste rune, so GT, they're getting pushed to their limits right now, but Empire playing very well. Sleazel, as you can see, trying to go on SS. He's going to actually Shikuchi away. Rotation through mid. Here comes Funnick as well as Go Black. And they'll try to take this reverse polarity onto RTZ. This could be his death telekinesis as well. He is in some trouble. He's going to try to get out. He's got his Eclipse if he wants it, but he's not going to be able to use it, unfortunately. Rubik getting the kill there. Nice job. Scandal going to take some tower hits, but 5-3. And it's looking not the best for Grats, though. They do have, of course, the Weaver at 35 last hits. RTZ sitting at 33, but the Lone Druid's starting to catch up a little bit. That's kind of important. Experience now 1,000 going for Empire, 1,500 for Gratz, or excuse me, for gold. So they're actually going to rotate up to the top lane. Arcane Boots are done for Magnus. Going to provide some arcane mana to the rest of Empire roaming around there. TP coming into the mid lane right now. 3 here for the side of Grats, though. RTZ is going to continue to farm. And a pause coming in from Magnus. Nice. Okay, pauses left, right, and center. I'm not sure what he's pausing for. And here we go, back to a resume. Getting back into the game. Oh, Weaver's here alone. This could be a very bad gank for him. He might be in some trouble. He's got no mana. He cannot time-lapse right now. He's got 6 charges. He's going to time-lapse. Maybe not in time, unfortunately. Look at the chain there from Empire. So good. Too much chaining of stuns there. Broccoli is here mid against Magnus as well. He's going to fly this Illuminate out, hopefully try to get Scandal, but even if he does, there won't be a way to kill him. They're going to just try to push the creep wave. As you can see, RTZ maybe wanting to do a little bit of damage to this tower. Goody's going to farm effectively right now, but he's only sitting at 18, whereas we see Empire Of course, Below Your Brain sitting at a decent amount of CS, 32 in comparison to highest person, which is actually 51 on that Darkseer, so he's playing very well. He's actually back up in that top lane. He did go down once, but he's also got a kill to his name. He's going to be going for Headdress and Buckler, meaning that is going to be that early mech as well. Sleazel now going to be on that Weaver. They're going to head down, looking to go Shikuchi. There's the open wounds as well. LD taking a bit of damage. Some more right click going in Shikuchi. He'll not going to be able to get out there. Nice and fast kill coming in from Goody, so they'll take the kill there just fine. And that's going to be a big turning point, I think, for Goody there and the rest of the team. Just making sure Sleazel, as well as him getting on that kill, get some gold as well. He's going to be able to purchase up his phase boots. Not a really big surprise there. I mean, that's like standard play, FNC build, etc. Not really the FNC build because most people build drum for FNC, so phase boot is just like something he pioneered, I think. It's not really necessarily the FNC build. Sleazel's going to come mid, looking to go on Scandal. Going to do some right-click damage. It'll provide a little bit of damage as well. Sleazel will back off, avoid the shockwave as well. Rotating down, we do see, of course, Funnick as well as Go Black. And a fortification going to fly. This will protect the tower for the time being. I'm surprised they didn't just stay up there and try to take it, but now I realize they're trying to take mid here, of course, or just trying to defend it anyway. Darkseer trying to take top with, of course, the creep wave dive here on the tower. DD for the Luna right now, so if they go on this, they might be in some trouble, but here comes Funnick. There's going to be telekinesis. Skewer's going to miss. The reverse polarity hitting on 2. Shockwave, a lot of damage. RTC's going to go down. Yes, the Impale does go, but meanwhile, Sleazel and as Goody as on the backside now, they're going to get a double kill for Sleazel right now. There's the Illuminate flying out. Spike Carapace's going to go. Sleazel's going to try to chase this with his Shikuchi. Glue Black taking so much damage, as you can see. Spike Carapace not available for another 8 seconds. Is there Shikuchi? Absolutely, but Sleazel's not going to dive to get this kill, so it was a 2-for-1 trade there. RTC going down, desperately trying to get that Eclipse off, but it didn't matter because they came in and Sleazel was getting that double kill. Very, very nice job there. Goody going to head back into the Radiant side jungle. He's going to pick up a Helm of the Iron Will, which will start his armlet process. Excuse me. Sleazel in the mid lane continuing to farm right now. RTZ, well, he's sitting up here in the top lane, and well, he's got that circlet going for him, so maybe looking for perhaps another Wraith Band. He has that Ring of Aquila already. He's got a bottle as well. Shadow Demon, of course, doesn't have much except for Magic Stick and Wards. Doesn't even have boots. Man, that's a rough game for Pandango. It's 10 minutes of the game. Checking out the graphs here, we see 2,000 for experience, 4,000 for gold right now for Empire. Oh, man. So Grats Tho, they've got a long road to climb here, but certainly not out of reach yet. I mean, they did get that double kill with Sleazel on that Weaver, so cannot count them out of anything just yet. Keeper of the Light with 2 Sentry Wards of his own. He'll use one of them. Is Boots coming out to him? No. Neither of the supports have Boots right now on the side of Grats Tho, but they're going to be in a good position if they can just get some more kills with Sleazel. Of course, there is the phase boots on Goody right now. Tranquil's on RTZ and Tranquil's on the Weaver, but the other 2 heroes are lacking in that regard. Stacking this camp here is Pandango, looking to make sure that Luna can get as much farm as possible. Top lane is getting pressured from the Darkseer with that mech finished up already. It's an 11-minute mech, so SS having a very good game for himself with that early mech. Sleazel now trying to get some more right-click damage here on these creeps and get some more last hits, if you will. He'll have something if he wants to go for it pretty soon. Nyx Assassin, I heard of Vendetta go. There is this Sentry Ward, so they will be able to spot this out. Go Black going to roam right into it, so Sleazel's going to Shikuchi right back, so Go Black knows that that Sentry Ward is there. So he cannot go anymore. That Vendetta being wasted for the time being, but of course such a short cooldown that it really doesn't matter. Pandango now heading back to that mid lane, or at least going to stack up. He's sitting at about, yeah, in a couple seconds he'll stack up. So not a whole lot of action happening right now. It's 8-6. It started pretty quickly, and there was a lot of action happening at once. But now it's sort of toned down itself. RTZ with that Ring of Aquila, with that Bracer as well, just providing a little extra tankiness, realizing he's a little too far behind in terms of his levels. He's also, oh, there could be a catch-out here as they're going to use that Disruption flying in with the Soul Catcher. There's the Eclipse. Man, they really wanted that kill, but the Vacuum and the wall, is it enough? There's going to be the mech flying out. Is it going to be enough? Sleazel trying to get the kill, and he will. Shadow Demon is going to pick that one up. So using the wall, unfortunately, rotation now coming through from Magnus. They do have to be careful here. So they'll back off. As you can see, the Illusion's playing pretty aggressively, and that's going to be it for that wall of Replica going down. A nice try from the Darkseer, almost able to live. He had that nice experienced lead. He's sitting at level 11. I mean, he's the most in the game. That should be his 2nd level of wall being used. No, it was only his 1st because he got 2 into Surge. Maybe if that's the 2nd point in wall, they've probably got themselves a kill at least. I'm not really sure. There's going to be Illuminate flying out, as you can see. There's the open wounds. Meanwhile, onto the Rubik, a lot of damage going to fly. Sleazel on the backside as well. He is dead. He's just trying to right-click him. Goody raised up. You can't do much about that. They'll take the Rubik, and that allows the Lone Druid to get out alive. Has phase boots, 2,000 gold as well. Orb of Venom on him. Empire Scandal looking to go in the mid lane with his 2 illusions, excuse me.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, rotation through from Pandango. He's going to try to kill this illusion. Nice scouting coming in from the side of Scandal, making sure that he knows really where they are. That he's going to shockwave out as well, try to push this wave back. Will do so. TP coming in now from Goody. He has his open wounds. Not enough mana, though, not at least for 10 seconds. And Go Black on the backside. Oh, what a good disruption from Pandango. Go Black Broccoli's not going to go down. There's the Spike Carapace doing some damage, but Go Black now, he is going to go down. He tried to get that kill, but it's such a good disruption from the side of Pandango, saving Broccoli's life somehow. I can't even believe that. The impale damage happens when you fall to the ground. If you get it while he's in the air, it doesn't do the damage. That's what I gathered from it. Yep, stun and take damage when they fall. So, I mean, such a good play to realize that I've got like split second here to disrupt this. And he did. He got his button ready and boom, there he went. Nice job from Pandango. This is why this team works so well. They just have such good reactions, such good coordination as well. Empire, though, in such a good position as they can really just force this game into a team fighting scenario where maybe Grats Tho doesn't want to fight because, of course, they have just so much damage here from pretty much everybody. Empire getting damage from essentially all of their heroes, but Sleazel's going to get a kill on that Lone Druid. It's going to happen in that top lane. I did miss it. Drum done for the Weaver right now, and Sleazel sitting at level 12. That's going to provide him some extra experience. He's actually leading the way now. He's at 3-1-5, and boom. Magnus will take the mid tower, but he's going to try to pressure top in the meantime. Invis for Scandal. They're going to look for maybe some sort of initiation. They might go for Roshan. There is no wards here. They haven't really... There is this Radiant ward, but no Dire ward here, I should say. Go Black checking the Ancient Stack. He does see that it is here, and he might try to contest this, but it's a little bit harder to contest, I believe, than, of course, the Dire Ancient Stack. I mean, there's more points of entry, I think, from the Dire side rather than the Radiant side. Radiant side, you've got this, essentially. You'd have to go around the Tier 1. Whereas this is really the only thing here, and I mean, this isn't a big deal. So, Broccoli now, sitting in the mid lane. Just going to try to push this back out. Arteezy's going to try to take the middle tower, or at least do some damage to it. There is a fortification available. They're not really worried about it just yet. Lone Druid very squishy in comparison. I mean, he's not squishy, but Weaver just makes him look squishy. I mean, he just does so much damage with that burst damage from Shikuchi. The Geminate attack, the Swarm as well, providing nice damage as well. And they're gonna try to push bottom though, Empire, as they should take this. I mean, this tower is very, very low. There is a glyph, but they're not going to use it. Maybe they're thinking about it, and it will go down. SS will get the kill. Now they might chase after him, or the side of Funnick. No, they're not going to go. I mean, they're all here, so TP wasted maybe, but they will stop the push at least for now. Arteezy's still farming the jungle. He's sitting on his drum, so two drums, excuse me, on the side of Grats Tho. So at least they'll be able to split up the charges nicely. They won't have to waste all of them at a certain point. Broccoli continuing to stack these Ancients here. Arteezy desperately trying to get enough to be able to get at least a level 2 into Glaive. The balance is nice to have the damage reduction as well. Unless damage reduction actually doesn't scale, so never mind.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sleazel really wants this tower. Glyph's going to go out. He's going to back off for the time being. Here comes the TP. Now he's going to get out with that Shikuchi. And they'll deny this tower. This is going to be the first tower taken for Grats Tho, and it is going to be denied. So they're having a tough break here. They're trying to get the gold to really get the items they want to get. They're trying to fight in team fights, but they can't because the Magnus is here and the Darkseer is here. So they have to try to catch heroes out, try to farm. We'll have to see. Arteezy now continuing to go. Goody as well as Pandango got to rotate through. They're actually going to counter ward this here with that sentry ward in the middle of the river. More Ancient stacking here. Armlet is finished up for that Lifestealer right now. Checking out the gold graph as well as the experience. 1,000 for experience right now on the side of Empire. They've only got a slight lead. 5,000 in gold, or excuse me, Grats Tho. 5,000 in gold for Empire right now. So they are way ahead in terms of gold at 17 minutes. But that can change. We'll have to see how it does happen here. The Mech, the Vanguard done for the Darkseer. Arcane's Blink Dagger for the Magnus. Phase Boots for the Lone Druid. But what does he really have on his bear? Is what I want to know. Orb of Venom, so still not a whole lot. He's actually got 3,400 gold. He'll have his Radiance rather soon, unless they can gank him again. And they might do so, but they really can't put the pressure on. It's going to be tough. RTZ, though, picking up a very, very fruitful DD rune there, and that'll allow him to try to just take these Ancient stacks here with the help of Goody. They'll be able to all get some experience from this as well as gold, so we'll have to see how this does help them Goody's sitting at 800 gold, RTZ sitting at 300, getting his, of course, Ogre Club, and he'll probably try to get his Mythical Hammer next to finish off that BKB, I'd imagine, then finish that up with the recipe as well. Top lane is going to get pushed here from Empire. Impale's going to fly, just doing some damage there. Ult's coming in from Broccoli. He can recall someone if necessary, and they're going to try to push this back with Illuminate. Illuminate is going to fly, do some damage, not too much to that bear. As you can see, there is a glyph available, and they're not using it just yet. The tier 2, this could be a major contestation point, but it doesn't look like it is. RTZ is actually going to head down to the bottom lane, and they maybe want to go for this tier 1. They're going to not even... Maybe they TP once the fortification flies. I'm not sure. They really want to try to get this tier 1. Will it happen is the question. Tier 1 has only 1,300. There's the fortification going to fly. This is 1,600. This is going to go down, but they will trade the tier 1 for the tier 2 at least. I mean, there's no glyph for this one. Darks are going to get the tower in the top lane, down in the bottom lane. RTC is going to get this one. And now they're going to rotate down through mid, realizing that Sleazel is here. He'll back off. They shouldn't be able to find him unless they have a gem, which I don't believe they do, or some sort of sentries. They do have sentries, so not a big deal there. Now they're on the bottom jungle right now. RTZ continuing to get room to farm, but now they're roaming through mid lane. RTZ should be okay for the time being, but they can come right down. They can even TP in if they want to. They're going to head through that jungle at least for the time being. Low Black is going to... Well, he's going to pick up some farm on the way there. RTZ does push the wave into the tower, just providing a slight bit of damage there, which would be nice to have for a later stage in the game, hopefully. And he'll back off and just go into the jungle, try to get more farm. Sitting at level 2, of course, of the Moonglaves now. He's going to farm quite a bit faster if he gets his first damaging item. Ring of the Kill is nice to have for the early game, but he certainly does need that Yasha into that Manta style. And they're heading mid for Empire right now. Looking as 4 to maybe try to push this out. Tier 2 still available. Grats Tho maybe thinking about finally defending here. They have yet to defend really a push right now, so they'll try to defend right now. It's going to be tough. Looks like actually they're roaming around the Roche pit here for the side of Empire. They're not going to go in. They might think about counter-warding, however. There is this dire ward up here on the high ground. Not sure if they did catch this out. SS is going to head into the Roche pit. He'll head right back out. As you can see, Illuminate is going to be used here in the mid lane. Goody. Going to wait for it to fly. Going to get some last hits from it as well. SS playing very, very aggressively right now. He's actually going to go right to that mid lane. He's not even scared, it looks like. So he'll head back into the mid lane. This tower is getting taken. He's going to try to tank up these creeps. But oh, here comes the side of Grats Tho. They want to go. Open Wound's going to fly. SS maybe in some trouble. He's going to try to surge himself away. There's the Demonic Purge. Nicely timed. The Illuminate as well. Vacuum going to go. There's a wall ready. He's ready for it. It's going to be used. And Bess is going to fly. Broccoli getting the kill. But now Goody walks right back through that wall, so they do take the kill there. They have to be careful, though. Sitting very far back, you see where Sleazel is. He's going to TP back home, so he'll get back some... he'll actually buy an ultimate orb, which should be the start, of course, of that Lincoln Sphere, which would be nice to have. Bottom lane getting pressured by the Lone Druid here, as you can see the bear doing some damage. Rotating through, we see Goody as well as Pandago. They'll throw a sentry ward down, make sure there's no wards here on the high ground. Illuminate's going to fly up, make sure the lane's pushed back mid. Top lane, RTZ's continuing to farm, sitting at 141 last hits, almost catching up to that Darkseer right now. 200 away from the BKB, then maybe they want to fight. Maybe if he can get a Manta style as well, can provide some of that extra damage that they're looking for. Goody has plenty of it already with that armlet, but he could use something else as well. He actually builds a drum of his own. So is there 3 drum built this entire... Yeah, there's 3 drums right now on the side of Grats Tho, so that's interesting. Yeah, alright. Phonics sitting with a Bracer as well as that Arcane Boots. Ghost Scepter for the Magnus. Very nice pickup there. Very, very nice pickup. Make sure he can't get right-click. But the amount of right-click damage on this team, it's a very smart pickup early on from the side of Scandal. Very, very smart. Lone Druid has a relic. Looks like he's going to be going for that Radiance. And just 200 gold thereabouts. Sleazel continuing to farm away. He's sitting at 1,000 gold. SS is going to try to go in and right-click him. But Sleazel actually can do a decent amount of damage here. RTZ is going to disconnect out of the game. Pause should be coming here in just a moment. RTZ is going to head back home while this does happen. And Goody is going to continue to farm the jungle. Goody will TP out. And there's the pause. And Admiral Bulldog making sure that everybody knows. So Goody will pause the game. Looking at the graphs right now, 3,000 in experience going to the side of the Dire here. Gold, 2,500. So right now, Empire has got a slight marginal lead in terms of gold. Experience, not so much. So I don't know how long this pause is going to take. I might just skip it. Maybe. Looking at everybody's items real quick. I believe it's 1250. It might be 1350, but I could be wrong. 1350. Okay, so I was wrong the first time. Not that it matters there. Gets some observer rewards up for that Rubik's Scandal we already talked about with that Ghost Scepter. 800 gold in the bank as well. Go Black now sitting with his own Ghost Scepter. Very nice there. He could actually go for a shotgun if he wants to. It seems to be... It's an okay build for Nyx Assassin if you can get there, but most people just go to Dagon level 5. Mystic Staff up for the Darkseer. That is either the Shiva's Guard. God, wow, I can't speak right now. The Shiva's Guard or the Scythe of Ice. Usually you see Darkseers go Shiva's Guard, but I'm not really sure if that will be the case. Cannot talk right now. Shadow Demon sitting on boots as well as the smoke. Broccoli, of course, trying to go for that mech. 400 gold away unless he picks it up here with this Wicked Greevel. BKB's done our ATZ. We already talked about that. Just speed this up here a little bit. So we're going to jump back into the game, hopefully in just a moment. We already talked about Gratz as well, net worth. 9,004, of course. The Darkseer, playing very well for himself, having a very nice game. Getting a few kills, the Mech and Vanguard will help a lot, certainly. We'll jump back into the game in just a moment as RTZ does reconnect. Empire has one AFK, however, so maybe not. Blue screens. Happens to the best of us. Trust me, I've had my fair share of blue screens of death. We're going to hop right back into the game. SS continuing to get some farm down here in the bottom lane. Here is the Nyx Assassin as well. Going to be providing a little bit of extra damage there with that Impale, as you can see. Illuminate's going to fly out. Haste rune for Scandal right now. He's very fast. As you can see, he's going right for that regen rune. He's also going to head right bottom as well. They're trying to push the lane out. Go Black. Sitting here with, of course, SS as well as the Magnus. Trying to bait out some sort of team fight here that maybe Grats Tho doesn't want to fight in, especially with RTZ in the top lane just farming away. So this is a smart bait here. Try to bait this out. Try to go and just try to do some push here. Sleazel's going to head back mid. They're not going to go for the bait. But now everybody's sort of organizing themselves here. There is this Sentry Ward, which might give them a little vision. I mean, he just walked right over it, so they might know this is happening. They certainly know that the lane's getting pushed now. They might try to defend the tier 2. I'm not sure. RTZ's not TPing in yet. There is a recall available, I'm sure. No fortification available. This tower is gone. Darkseer getting the kill. That's 10,000 net worth for him, so...
Radiant's middle tower is under
Pandago's going to try to get some vision. They're going to go for the tier 3, actually. RTZ, meanwhile, in the top lane is trying to get that kill. Nice Illuminate going to fly. Go Black didn't really time that necessarily the most efficiently. There's going to be a TP coming in, though, from the side of Weaver. RTZ's not here yet. RTZ wants to get that kill on the bottom tower, top tower, excuse me. He's trying his best. He will get it. They are doing a nice job defending this base. They're going to try to go in. There's the open wounds on, of course, the Lone Druid. Blink coming in. Nice defensive disruption there as well. Sleazel's going to go in. They're trying to fight this right now. Pandago's getting a lot of Radiance Bird damage going from that bear. Diving away. Pandago's going to go down to the bear. Unfortunately, just too much damage. Meanwhile, big Illuminate going to fly. Barely almost killing Funnick right now. Sleazel's trying to continue on. This bear doing a lot of damage. They have to kill it or something. Infest's going to fly out. Goody's going to get back to pretty much full. Bear taking a lot of damage now. It's going to go down. Might be recreated before it does. There it goes. Goody's going to take it down. Denial of the tier 3 tower as well. The rest of them will back off now. And a good defense, but RTZ's not in the best position now. As you can see, he's going to use his BKB. This is going to be tough to get out. I mean, I don't know how he's going to get out of this one. This is really difficult. He's got no TP. He's got no help coming right now, as you can see. There's gone, and it's going to be a Shockwave and a Fade Bolt, and it's just too much damage there. Meanwhile, the Lone Druid, in the meantime, going to go down there with Sleazel getting the kill, so I think the better of the trade, Sleazel getting that last hit. RTZ going down, maybe not the biggest thing in the world. Of course, with Sleazel and Goody both providing that damage, considering the fact that they have this dire advantage with, of course, the map control. There is the vision there that they have from the Radiant side, but certainly not enough to really spot this out. And Broccoli's going to try to go for this. There isn't any action out of the side of Empire just yet to really try to counteract it, so... Cool, Black's going to head mid. They're really close to taking this Roshan right now. Drum going to fly in. We do see, of course, Funnick trying to look for something in here. He does have that Shikuchi. He's going to use it. Demonic Purge going off. Roshan will go down. Goody's going to pick it up. He needs to get out, however. He's very low in health. He's going to armlet. There's going to be a mech, however, which will provide him just some time to heal up as well. So Lifestealer's going to head back home. They'll take a pretty quick Roshan. They sneak it under the noses of Empire right now. That's a big pickup as well. Arteezy, of course, with that ultimate orb right now, he's going to head back up into the top lane, trying to get that Manta style like I talked about. Radiant Courier with that ultimate orb is going to fly out to, of course, SS, who does have the Scythe of Eyes finished. That's a big pickup, certainly. Of course, there is a BKB for Arteezy, but still. Also, a Lincoln Sphere for that Weaver is going to be done soon. In fact, it is, so he won't get necessarily hit up too hard in terms of being focused down. There will be one spell, of course, to break it, which is important. Seems to be a heated discussion going on in stream chat. Let's focus on the game, gentlemen. Suzel's going to use that Lincoln Sphere because of that telekinesis. He's trying to fly, or Spell Steal, it looks like, actually was trying to go there. Meanwhile, Pandago's trying to chase this, surprisingly, and he's pretty quick. He's got a drum charge going for him. He's going to stay here. Funnick. Oh, meanwhile, they're going to catch out the Darkseer right now. There's the open wound. Sleaze looking to do a lot of right-click damage. There's going to be the mech. Not enough. Of course, the Scythe of Eyes as well will not provide him the kill. Infest on Sleaze. They're going to look for a bomb here. Going to find it maybe on Scandal. Looking for it. There's the Skewer. Where's going to be it? Is it going to jump up just yet? There goes the Infest. The open wounds maybe. Perhaps we're not going to find it just yet. Looking for somebody. They don't have it. It doesn't look like Scandal has it in 3. He might go right onto Funnick. He's going to telekinesis him. It doesn't matter. He actually steals the Infest. Nice play by Funnick. And the Entangle going on Sleazel, but he'll time-lapse out. He's okay. There's going to be Illuminate flying, doing a lot of damage. He gets the kill on the freaking Lone Druid somehow with that Illuminate. Oh, a big reverse polarity. They want the kill on Broccoli. Oh, he actually hits the wrong person. The Impale is going to get the kill there, but here comes the Eclipse right now, doing a lot of damage. Sleazel with a double kill. They take 4 for nothing right now. A huge trade for the side of Gratz, so they're going to push down and look for a tier 2 as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh man, what a good fight. And I want to check the Gratz after they reach this tower and take it down. Go Black's going to have to Vendetta out of this one to survive, but a 4-for-1 trade, not what you want on the side of Empire. Big deal. They're going to look for this tower as well. 7,500 for experience right now. Back down to 0 for gold. It is even in right now at this point. 12,000 is the net worth. Of course, still leading the way. Now it's 12,000 for Arteezy as he gets that tower kill. They're going to go for racks. They have no fortification. They can't defend this. Already, Grats Tho looking for a melee rack set. Of course, 27 minutes of the game, but a big vacuum, a big wall of replica. Goody is going to go down. There goes the Aegis. They can't fight this now. They've got nothing really to go with, team. There's going to be the Lone Druid. Doesn't ult in just yet. Of course, Goody trying to TP out. He rages first. The Impale not going to matter. He does do the right thing. Rage, TP, and he gets it done. Nice play there. The entire team from the set of Grats Tho will back off. They take a melee racks for an Aegis, essentially, as well as Broccoli. So I'm pretty sure that's a good trade. Good trade. Good trade. Good trade. Anacletus, Grats Tho beat Eosin. And it's a best of 1 right now, so. Yeah. Arteezy going to get recalled back to base, realizing he might be in some trouble. So a nice play there from Broccoli, making sure that he's okay. Heading mid, you can see SS as well as Scandal. Trying to take this tier 2 now. They're trying to fight, as you can see the ults are still down. Luna's not up for another 42 seconds. Of course, it doesn't matter for the Keeper of the Light really as much, but here comes the bear form from, of course, that Lone Druid. Lucent Beam going to fly out. There's going to be the Radiance Burn going as well. He's not really building anything else, but they're going to try to take the tower. They're not doing a good job of it just yet. Lucent Beam going to fly off. They're doing a decent amount of damage to this bear. He cannot afford to go down. Of course, he cannot be recreated for 85 seconds. Meanwhile, looking to go, there's going to be a nice surge going into SS. The Rage is taken by Funnick. Meanwhile, Sleaze on the backside. And that should be the end of the chase. It looks like they really wanted to get something going there. Unfortunately, they could not. They did push the lane back out, and it's going to be tough to really push into this tier 2, considering that melee racks is down. So they tried their best to get it. They didn't, unfortunately. Arteezy now heading down into the jungle, as you can see. Going to get some last hits for himself. He'll try to get that Eagle Song, I imagine, or finish up that Yasha so he can get that Manta style with the recipe. But he might just go for a casual Eagle Song if he's got enough money to get there and start that Butterfly. Of course, it's really probably a lot more beneficial to get the Manta style at this point, but I'm not really sure. Sitting at 3,300. Pandango. Arcane Boots. He's rich now. He's got a lot of money. Next done for the Keeper of the Light. Arteezy is going to try to push this out here. The tier 2 is available. Fortification also available here for the side of Empire. So the tier 2 taking quite a bit of damage. It's going to go down. Luna's going to take the last hit there as well. Arcane Boots going for the Shadow Demon. They're going to head back. Roshan not for another 5 minutes. It looks like just about 5 minutes there. So keep that in mind. In about 35 minutes, they're going to go for another Roshan. At least I would expect so. For any of you that are joining us a little bit late here, once again, this is Empire versus Grats Tho. Grats Tho, a North American team comprised of really great players. It really originated with April O'Neil Esports, with Sleazel forming that team, and I think Sleazel wanting to be part of a dedicated team. They won SECS, I believe it was like 14 or 15 or something along those lines. No, it was not that long ago. It was like 16 or 17. So they are a team that is composed of North American Dota players. Sleazel plays that side lane hero. RTZ is, arguably one of the best mid laners in the game, for good reason. Pandango, of course, the captain, the picker. And Broccoli, former root player, and Goody providing that carry role so very well. I'm a fan of Soyan is what he actually has his name at. So, Grats Tho, very strong team. I don't want to really spoil anything, but I'm going to do it anyways, I suppose. Grats Tho did go on to, they're actually in round 5 right now for Gosu Cup America. They really haven't faced any real big test, except for AOSIN +4 was a rather interesting game, a fun one at that as well. But Grats Tho playing extraordinarily well, and they're sitting in round number 5 for Gosu Cup America, so keep that in mind. Basher done for Goody right now. And he's got his armlet as well, so he's actually going for Blade of Alacrity too, so that might be an SNY, which is very good, I think, on Lifestealer. And people sort of just boo-hoo, SNYs in general, but I think if built on the right hero, it could be okay, and especially, I think, with, of course, what he's got right now, I don't think an SNY is a bad item. Golak is, of course, vendetted up here on the high ground with the Iron Shell, looking to go in. RTC's got his BKB, he's got that Manta style, he's got everything he needs, essentially. SS taking some damage. They will try to deny the tower. Not going to get it, though. There's going to be a Hex going on. Nice disruption, defensive one as well. Goody trying to get out. He's going to rage in time. Nice job there. Eclipse doesn't fly yet. Not yet. Looking for it on the high ground. There it goes. Doing some damage to the bear as well as SS. There's the blind. Go Black trying to get out with the 4-step. Not going to happen. Huge reverse. The vacuum was already used, though, so they did it right through the wall. There's no illusions there. Sleazel is going to go right through it. He's going to go down, however. Big kill for RTZ. Getting a double, triple kill with just his glaives doing so much damage. Nice job there. Big team fighting abilities, and it doesn't matter. 16,000 gold for the Luna right now. Unbelievable. Or 16,000 net worth, excuse me. Meanwhile, they're actually going to try to chase after this Lone Druid who really shouldn't be here anymore. He's sitting at 2,100 gold himself, looking to go for that plate mill, I imagine, into the AC. Hyperstone as well. RTZ going to back off, waiting to get some mana so he can use those Tranquil Boots as well. There's going to be the mana leak, of course, on that Spirit Bear. Lucent Beam doing a lot of damage because of that Soul Catcher. They cannot catch it, however, as much as they want that bear, they cannot catch up to it. It is too quick, so blow your brain backing off, making sure he doesn't go down. Goody's sitting with another Blade of Alacrity. Wait, what? Is that going to be a Diffusal Blade? I mean, it's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, so anyways, mid lane right now. Did he sell that? No, he still has it, interestingly enough. DD rune up for the Luna right now. Great rune for him. He's also got 3,700 gold in the bank. He'll try to farm a little bit more, maybe then go for an Eagle Song or just buy it outright right now. Roshan available in about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. So, Goody's from South America. I know, I'm very aware of that, so thank you. I actually mentioned it earlier in the cast. Sleazel now doing some right-click damage, of course, with the Demon Edge.
Illusion.
Just trying to take these ancient stacks as well. It's going to be a smoke gank from Empire. They're going to look to try to find anybody out here. Of course, Roshan available pretty soon, so it's a nice job to smoke and try to find something earlier than that, just to make sure you can secure. But of course, there would be a buyback if anything did happen here to the side of GT, I'd imagine. But Empire playing aggressively, and I do like that. They also have the Hyperstone up on that Spirit Bear, also doing that Radiant Burn damage, which is nice, but of course it does fall off a little bit later into the game. BKB, no. Ultimate Orb with, Point Booster into that Aghanim Scepter is what I meant to say for the side of SS. So, Empire's names are actually just, they're random for whatever reason. This is Blow Your Brain, and Funnick is, of course, Rubik. So, just keep that in mind. I actually checked the Steam profile, so you're fine. Both teams are here in full. There are no stand-ins for this game. There's going to be Demonic Purge, Soul Catcher as well. Oh god, Funnick is in some trouble. He's taking a lot of right-click damage. and he is dead with the bash as well. Luna going to get that kill. This frees up a spot for them to maybe try to take Roshan, but he will buy back smartly. DD going to go. This could be a big fight right now. Go Black was thinking about going in. There's DD on RTZ. They want to take this Roshan. Not up just yet. There he goes. RT's going to head to the top lane perhaps, but now it looks like SS going to ward up here. Doesn't have anything to ward with. He's actually just going to go up here on the high ground, put that down, maybe fake like he was warding, and now they're going to look on the high ground into the Roche pit. They're not going to find anything here. Of course, there is a dire ward that does spot them up on the high ground there. A very nicely placed ward. Funnick going to come in as well. They're looking for Roshan here. Meanwhile, Arteezy's actually at the base, killing another ranged Rax there. He's doing a lot of damage to it. He'll TP into a tower. Well, maybe not. He's actually just going to go to the tier 3 and just try to kill it with the Manta style. Fortification going to fly. He does have to back off now. Maybe the illusions can get it. We'll have to see the vacuum flying. Fortification going to go, and they will not be able to get it, but don't believe it's in deny range, so he's okay. Arteezy now taking some damage there. He's actually going to get hexed up. Arteezy has his BKB. He's not going to use it. Yes, he's got his Eagle Song. There goes the Eclipse. He's going to turn around and try to fight this. Go Black is going to Vendetta up, but SS might not be as lucky here, but he does use that ult. Doesn't get anything done for it. Meanwhile, there's going to be the telekinesis. Arteezy's in some trouble. This allows his team to Roshan, however. He should have enough to buy back. Yes, just enough. 200 gold, in fact, so he can buy back if necessary. Roshan should go down. They cannot get here in time. Arteezy will buy back. He'll try to get there as quickly as possible. Goody will pick it up. He's going to have that Aegis. He's going to sell something, sell something. So there's the Aegis, sell something. There's the Aegis. Okay, Arteezy's getting it. I was just like, oh god. So Arteezy picking up the Aegis right now. Goody doesn't have it, but that's okay. He's not really jealous, I'm sure. So that could have been a quicker butterfly, but he did have to buy back, but it doesn't necessarily matter. Now they can push in. They have no tier 2s left. They've taken a set of racks right now. Grats Tho's in the driver's seat. They're going to try to fight this while they've got the time. I mean, they have 21 to 13 lead, and in terms of gold and experience, which I haven't checked in forever, 15,000 for experience gold, 5,000 heading to 7,500 at this point. So Arteezy looking to keep going right now. He's going to loosen beam that bear. As you can see, his Tangle Clock is going to fly, but doesn't do as nearly much damage as he used to. Still with that Eagle Song, he really wants that butterfly, but it's going to take him a while to get there. He could use a 2-3 and a set of racks as well, but that's not going to happen, at least not yet anyway. Luminate's going to fly out, make sure they try to take this down. Roaming through, Arteezy realizes he wants to get that butterfly first, I imagine. I think he wants to just make sure he's got everything farmed and going well for him. No, he's going to back with his team, actually, right now, so he's not going to go for any... Oh, a smoke gank. Alright, they're going to go around mid. They're going to do the old dipsy-do. They're going to just head straight to mid and wrap around the opposing team. This could be a big gank, and this could be absolutely critical. If they screw this up, it could be huge. There is no sentry wards here. There's only the observer. They're going to go right on the outskirts just in case there is that observer ward there, and they're going to hit somebody right from the mid. As you can see, SS is the first one out, so he'll be very difficult to take care of. They're playing very passively. As you can see, Arteezy is actually going to go in the top lane right now, maybe push it out, and then go for a push into the base with his team. And the smoke's going to run off soon, as it does. Yeah, there it goes right now. So Arteezy's up in the top lane right now, just trying to push this lane out, waiting for the rest of his team to get here. And Broccoli's going to come as well with the Gem of True Sight up on him. Lone Druid now still 654 gold. He's actually finished up that AC. No. Very close, though. Just needs the recipe. And they're going to have to TP back now. They're going to try to defend this tier 3 tower. This is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough fight for both teams, really. Go Black's going to use that Impale, try to stop the push coming in. The Illusion's doing quite a bit of damage to the tier 3 as well. It's very close to going down 114, but they obliterate the creep wave, and now they're going to have to wait here. Illuminate's going to fly. It's going to hit on SS. Sleazel thinking about going in, doing some damage to SS, who's got plenty of health, by the way. And they're trying to push out the mid lane as well. They want this tier 3. They want it badly. Sleazel trying to get the last hit. Will do so. Lincoln Sphere going to fly. Illuminate as well. And there's the Lucent Beam for SS. He's going to force staff himself out, as well as going to use that mech wall. Going to fly. No vacuum, however. Nice entangle onto Sleazel. Go Black might get impaled. Yes, he will. Sleazel has that time lapse. He can use it. He's going to get disrupted for the time being. Not going to time lapse just yet. He's going to get out and make sure he saves it. Doesn't want to use it just yet, but a big fight might be happening. They did take the tower now. A lot of Illuminate damage going, of course, on this side of Empire. Meanwhile, Go Black with Vendetta is sitting here. Broccoli needs to be close. They can see this up. RTZ now. He's going to go right on top of Go Black. Goody's going to go there. Big reverse polarity. There's two. Broccoli taking some damage as well. Entangle on Pandago. They will kill Go Black first with the Infest going, and now the next choice, of course. There's the Eclipse. Just so much damage. Double kill for Goody right now. They're trying to chase after the Lone Druid. This might be his death. This might be game. If they get the kill, they will get the kill. Double kill for Goody right now. The wall is going to go down in just a moment, and that should be it. There will be a buyback from the Lone Druid, but they're going to use that Diffusal Blade on Scandal that Goody just got, and he's going to get the kill as well. Funnick trying to get in there. He's taking some damage. He's using Shikuchi. They're not even going to go. And GG is called. What a great game. What a great game. Goody getting out of the well right now. RTZ continuing to farm. There's going to be Spell Stolen, Lucent Beam, doesn't even matter. RTZ just 2 hits him. There's going to be the open wounds on, of course, the Lone Druid, who's not doing nearly enough damage to really contest with that RTZ. Luna, as you can see, one more right click and he does get the kill, double kill for him. They got to try to go for the tier 4s as well. Good game is in fact call. RTZ is actually going to go down to the towers. Of course, that is his Aegis, so I guess it's not the biggest deal in the world. So very impressive game coming out from the side of Grats Tho. They take down the Juggernaut. Now this was a rebroadcast, so for any of you that were interested, Grats Tho actually opted out of playing in the rest of 4PL against Virtus Pro, of course, to go up against some of the people in Ghost Cup America and try to win that one for him. So very well played game. I appreciate you guys joining me tonight here on NeoDota. You can follow NeoDota at youtube.com/NeoDota2, which is where we'll have the VOD in just a little while. Twitch.tv while you're on this channel, so never mind. Twitter.com/NeoDota2 as well, and of course head over to neodota.com. Remember, Killing Spree North America, 2 o'clock Eastern Time on Monday. Of course, that is going to be between Dignitas and Team Liquid. I'll try to be there casting that. Hopefully, we'll be doing that one alongside a co-caster. Not sure which one it'll be. And then, of course, 5 o'clock, we have Dota Hut, Team Liquid versus Dignitas, the same exact matchup. Grats Tho versus EG has yet to be scheduled, so we'll see that one. Anyways, we're going to be done. You can check me out if you like the cast at twitter.com/MautDota2, twitch.tv/MautDota2. And feel free to give me some pointers on what I can improve on in my castings, things like that. I've been casting a lot today, so I'm a little tired. That's why I was stuttering a lot, so I apologize for that. But good games nonetheless, and I'll see you guys later.